So in this video, we're going to be learning about coordinate systems, which is how we describe any vector. A vector has a magnitude, like a size to it, and also a direction. We use vectors a ton, especially in our kinematics and our forces units. So this will be pretty important for a lot of our course. If you have an object that's moving horizontally, and I'll start by just talking about velocity because it gets a little more complicated with other vectors, but if something's moving, say, forward, that would be in the x direction, right? And we would say that forward is positive. So anything moving forward would be a positive x value. And if it's moving backward, we call something moving backwards just negative x. So if you see a negative velocity, then that would mean that your object is traveling backwards. So forward or backwards in the horizontal direction is going to be an x. And how we draw it is we just draw an arrow and we say x is positive in that forwards direction. It just automatically means that the negative x would be on the back end of that arrow. You don't have to draw the negative in. When you draw the arrow and say x is positive on that side, that's enough right there to indicate that x is positive forward. Let's take a look at the vertical. So vertical motion is all about y, so y direction stuff, and that would be up or down. Up will be positive for us, and down is going to be negative for us. And so all you have to do to indicate the y direction, if you have an object moving up and down, you'll want to draw a coordinate system like this. It'll have y is positive in the upwards direction. Now, for most of real life, objects don't just move horizontally or vertically, they move in both, right? If you throw a ball through the air, it's going to be moving up and down, but also forwards. And so in that case, we draw both coordinate systems together. And this is our full coordinate system that we're going to draw in every problem. X is positive forwards and y is positive up. So this coordinate system tells you that any vector you have that's going forwards, so maybe like a forwards velocity, will be positive. Any vector you have going backwards horizontally would be negative. And any vector that you have going upwards, so maybe like a positive velocity, that would be positive. Anything you have going downwards that's pulling you downwards, that would be a negative in the y direction. Just so you know, heads up for the future, this isn't the only coordinate system you could have. You can also put this coordinate system on an angle, you can flip it around, you can do other things with it in different contexts where that makes sense. But this coordinate system is the one we'll start with because it's nice and consistent. So horizontal is x is positive forward, vertical y is positive just straight up.